Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you my speech tonight: fruits and vegetables versus inadequate foods. This is a very important topic, and I will bring you the persuasion that you need to take a better look at what your nutrition diet is for you in comparison with inadequate foods. Something that would be inadequate would be processed meats, fast foods, and proper would be more fruits and vegetables. This is a very important topic that I would like to talk because in the recent years I went through three different changes in my body, and I was forced in making a decision what kind of fruits and vegetables would be added more rather than just having inadequate foods, fast foods, etc. And I did make the decision, and believe it or not, I'm 46 years of age, and I feel a lot better than I felt when I was 42. And thanks to the information out there, we all can do good researches, and even there are companies nowadays that they specialize in nutrition in combination with trainers that will give you a good schedule of how to properly do exercises. I got information from the nutritionfacts.org. There are about 3 million people dying from inadequate food intake, and they were comparing that to the results of smoking and having unsafe sex. It is amazing to know that the United States, our country, spends about $10 million, which is not a lot, in teaching its citizens how to eat properly and the nutrition that we all should have. In comparison to candy companies, these corporations pay twice as much just for one item, and that would be, for example, a candy bar. They pay the marketing companies to persuade you that candy is good for you, and the opposite is true. That would be some inadequate food. Another interesting fact is that 6% of the doctors nowadays going through school, they are taught an average of 3 hours, and the many thousands of hours that they have to go through, 3 hours are being taught in nutrition. And you would think that doctors are the ones that you need to talk to, unless they are nutritionists, and they will be able to tell you, but apparently it's not. And we can fall into a conspiracy because some people would argue that doctors are out there just to give you recipes for antibiotics and some other medicines because of the pharmaceuticals trying to sell, and they make the billion of dollars a year. So that would be another topic to talk about. I want to talk about an issue that my sister went through when she had little Johnny when he was a baby. He was suffering from a lot of ear infections, and that's something that it's not out there, but she was investigating through different researches that milk alone, regular milk, would produce that ear infections, stomachal problems, intestinal, etc. And she decided to change to almond milk. Some other people would argue that almond milk does not contain as much calcium as regular milk, but we can also argue that the almond milk companies nowadays, they add the calcium necessary for the growth of children and young people. They have even specified that they have 50% more calcium than regular milk. And at the end, we can argue that they do say that regular milk would affect kids a lot more because it was made basically, or it's just something natural that they would be for little calves, not for babies. And that kind of makes a lot of sense too. So the alternative for almond milk is, or soy milk, that would be a lot better unless a person is allergic to nuts. I would like to talk to you about also Dr. Benjamin Spock. He was an American pediatrician who was born in May 2nd, 1903, and in his book Baby and Child Care was published in 1946, and he sold an average of 50 million copies in 42 languages. and they compared that book being second to the Bible. So it's one of the most important books that you probably can get your hands on and read about. And basically, he went through. He's a very important person, and I suggest that you read that information about him, because at the end he advises people to take their kids from the diet of milk and meat altogether and give them more fruits and vegetables. And that's what all my topic is all about. I think we all will enjoy our lives a lot better if we do add more fruits and vegetables. And we no longer have any excuse on not getting healthier and live longer lives. There have been many studies on what is good nutritious diet and what is not too good for a diet. The same with regular milk and almond milk, in which the almond milk can be a better choice unless a person is allergic again to nuts, and still children and young people can get the benefits of a good nutritious drink. So just